In the shadow of history, the year 1994 stands as a testament to both humanity's resilience and its capacity for devastation. From the fields of Rwanda, where neighbors turned against neighbors in a brutal genocide, to the icy depths of the Baltic Sea, where the MS Estonia tragedy claimed hundreds of lives, it was a year marked by unimaginable loss. Across the globe, communities faced horrors that seemed unthinkable. The silent creep of sarin gas in Matsumoto, Japan, and the atrocities of the Bosnian Genocide, where hatred left scars that linger to this day. Yet, 1994 was also a year of determined struggle. The fight against poliomyelitis brought hope of eradicating a crippling disease, reminding the world of its potential for unity and progress. These stories, etched into the collective memory of humanity, are a chilling reminder of the fragility of peace and the enduring spirit of survival. Through these moments, we delve into the triumphs and tragedies that shaped a pivotal year, seeking lessons from the past to guide us into a more compassionate future. In the spring of 1994, Rwanda, a small nation known for its rolling hills and serene landscapes, descended into one of the most harrowing chapters of human history. The assassination of President Juvenal Habyarimana on April 6th unleashed a wave of calculated violence that would claim the lives of over 800,000 people in just 100 days. This was not a spontaneous eruption, but a meticulously planned genocide, targeting the Tutsi population and moderate Hutus who resisted the killings. The country became a place of unspeakable horror. Neighbors turned against neighbors, and friends became executioners, their hands guided by decades of ethnic propaganda. Machetes swung where handshakes once happened. Radio broadcasts fueled the fire, calling for extermination and ensuring no Tutsi would survive. Entire families sought refuge in churches, schools, and forests, only to be hunted down with ruthless precision. Footsteps in the night and whispered pleas became the soundtrack of survival for those in hiding. The killers spared no one, not the elderly, not the young. For many, death came quickly. For others, it was slow and agonizing. As the Rwandan Patriotic Front advanced to reclaim the country, the genocide's frenzy began to ebb, but its scars were deep and enduring. Survivors emerged to landscapes littered with the remains of a shattered society. Villages were emptied of life, and rivers ran red with the memories of those who could not escape. Today, Rwanda stands as a testament to resilience. The nation continues to rebuild, its people grappling with the weight of their history. Memorials rise from the ashes as reminders of what was lost, and a solemn vow echoes in the hearts of many, never again. Through the pain, Rwanda seeks to teach the world the devastating cost of hatred left unchecked. On the night of September 28, 1994, the Baltic Sea witnessed one of the deadliest maritime disasters in modern history, the sinking of the MS Estonia. The ferry, carrying 989 passengers and crew, was en route from Tallinn, Estonia, to Stockholm, Sweden. A routine voyage turned catastrophic in the span of minutes. Shortly after midnight, as the ship sailed through rough seas, a horrifying sequence of events unfolded. The bow visor, a key component designed to shield the car deck from the sea, failed under the pounding waves. Water poured into the vessel, destabilizing it almost immediately. Within moments, the MS Estonia began listing dangerously. Panic engulfed the ship as passengers scrambled to reach lifeboats amidst the chaos. The lights flickered, then went dark, casting the ship into an eerie gloom. Heavy winds, freezing temperatures, and towering waves thwarted rescue attempts. Survivors clung to debris, their cries for help swallowed by the relentless storm. In less than an hour, the MS Estonia disappeared beneath the icy waters, claiming 852 lives. Only 137 survived, rescued by nearby ships in a desperate race against the elements. The tragedy sent shockwaves around the world. Investigations pointed to design flaws in the bow visor and inadequate safety protocols, sparking widespread criticism of maritime standards. For Estonia and its neighbors, the disaster was a national trauma, a loss etched into collective memory. Today, the wreck lies silent on the seabed, a somber reminder of the night when the sea became a grave. Annual commemorations honor the victims, their names spoken in solemn remembrance. The MS Estonia's story is one of human vulnerability against nature's power and a plea for vigilance to prevent such horrors from happening again. In 1994, the world stood at a critical juncture in the fight against one of its most persistent foes, poliomyelitis. This crippling disease, which once paralyzed and killed hundreds of thousands each year, was now the target of an unprecedented global campaign. The World Health Organization, alongside partners like UNICEF and Rotary International, launched intensified efforts under the Global Polio Eradication Initiative. Polio struck indiscriminately, most often targeting young children. The virus would silently invade, sometimes leaving its victims paralyzed within hours. For those afflicted, life was forever changed, marked by the absence of movement and the relentless shadow of stigma. But 1994 marked a turning point. Mass immunization drives swept through communities across the globe, reaching even the most remote regions. In Latin America, a historic milestone was achieved. The region was declared polio-free, a testament to the tireless efforts of healthcare workers and volunteers. However, in parts of Africa and South Asia, the virus clung stubbornly to life, exploiting gaps in infrastructure and conflict zones. The stakes were immense. Polio's eradication was not just a medical goal, it was a symbol of what humanity could achieve when united. The struggle of 1994 was a battle against time, with a clear message: no child should ever face the terror of paralysis again. In 1994, amidst the crumbling remnants of Yugoslavia, the Bosnian Genocide unfolded with chilling precision, marking one of the darkest chapters in modern European history. This brutal campaign, waged primarily by Bosnian Serb forces, sought to ethnically cleanse Bosnia of its Muslim population. The genocide was part of a broader conflict that had begun in 1992, fueled by nationalist ambitions and ancient grievances. By 1994, the horrors intensified. Towns and villages were systematically destroyed, and civilians became deliberate targets. Men and boys were separated from their families, many executed in mass killings. Women endured unspeakable atrocities, as sexual violence became a weapon of war. The most infamous episode came in July 1995, in Srebrenica, a UN-declared safe zone. There, over 8,000 Muslim men and boys were slaughtered in a matter of days, a grim climax to years of persecution. Despite the world's cries of "never again," the international community initially hesitated, paralyzed by political complexities. It wasn't until the Dayton Accords in late 1995 that the war and genocide officially ended. Yet for survivors, the scars remain. The Bosnian Genocide stands as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty and the peril of inaction in the face of escalating hatred. On the night of June 27, 1994, the tranquil city of Matsumoto, Japan, became the site of an unprecedented act of terror. As residents went about their evening, an invisible killer crept through the air, sarin gas, a deadly nerve agent. Unbeknownst to the people of Matsumoto, the attack was orchestrated by members of the Aum Shinrikyo cult, targeting judges involved in a property dispute unfavorable to the group. A modified vehicle parked in a residential area released the gas, which silently spread across homes and streets. Chaos ensued. People began experiencing symptoms ranging from blurred vision to convulsions and respiratory failure. Emergency responders, unaware of the nature of the attack, struggled to contain the growing crisis. By morning, 7 people were dead and over 500 others were injured. The attack shocked Japan, a nation unaccustomed to such violence. Initially, investigators struggled to identify the perpetrators, and some even suspected industrial accidents. It wasn't until the Tokyo subway sarin attack the following year that the connection to Aum Shinrikyo became clear. Matsumoto's tragedy marked a chilling escalation in domestic terrorism, demonstrating the catastrophic potential of chemical weapons. It left behind a community forever changed and a world reminded of the fragility of safety. As we reflect on the triumphs and tragedies of 1994, we are reminded of humanity's greatest challenges and its profound strength. These stories are not just echoes of the past, but urgent lessons for the present. Let us honor the lives lost by standing against hatred, embracing compassion, and working toward a world where safety and dignity are universal. Together, we can ensure that history's darkest moments are never repeated. Join us in this commitment. Share these stories, support global efforts for peace and justice, and become a part of the change. The future depends on what we choose to do today.